Hey everyone, welcome to a brand new video on Shuta's Universe. Today's video is a little different. This will be the longest video till now on Shuta's Universe, and today I'll be doing a whole tutorial on these really easy floral fabric paintings. This is a gorgeous fabric and I absolutely love painting on it. It's called Rajshahi Muslin Silk. So let's get started. For my palette, I am using this paper palette and it's doing a great job. These are the colors we are going to use for the fabric painting. There's this beautiful yellow, orange, red. Initially, we will be needing these three. These are the brushes that I usually use for fabric paintings. There are some more, but of course today we will not be needing all of this. We just need 2 or 3 of them, especially these two, a round brush and a rigger brush. Funnily enough, this is another tool that I use for my fabric paintings, and that is used for mixing chemicals. And this is my water container. And here are some more paints that we are going to be using. You will be needing a piece of cloth like this to wipe off your brush or your fingers whenever you need. This is another extremely useful and essential material. Now I'm showing you the way I have framed my cloth for this painting. Let's start pouring the paints on our paper palette. I'm taking a generous amount of yellow, some orange. Stay a little bit careful when you pour the paints that are a bit too liquid. I'm using this medium-sized round brush to start off our flower. Just taken some yellow paints and we are going to paint our flower right here. It's nothing too difficult, we just have to paint a round shape. Just try to make it as round as possible, and if your brush is seeming too dry, then you need to take some liquid colors with the previous one, and I'm taking this orange because we already need some orange or reddish tone on this flower. Trying to smooth the edges. These are some chemicals that I have mixed with water, and we can use it for diluting our paint. Taking a little bit directly on our paint. Mix it really well. And you will know when it's a nice consistency. Then let's get back to our flower. This looks like a ball right now. Now we will try to make the texture really smooth and the edges especially. Use your finger whenever you need to. After we are done with the yellow paints, we are adding some more warm toned colors to it, like oranges and a little bit of red that we are taking directly on our brush from our container. This is a bit too much red for our painting here, and we are mixing it really well with yellow and orange, then applying it to our flower on some areas. Of course, then we have to mix it really well with the previous color and make it really smooth. Try not to make the paint layer too thick because this is a cloth to wear and it will not be comfortable if the paint is really thick and hard. I'm not showing how to mix the colors with the chemicals and prepare the paints for fabric painting in this video, but I will surely create separate video for that. I love using my fingers sometimes and again get back with the brush and touch up where it's needed. When you are satisfied with the ball of the flower, then you can move on to the next level. We are going to paint some leaves around our flower, and for that of course we'll be needing green, and we will mix our colors for the leaves. Starting to paint our first leaf just here next to our flower. Your leaves don't need to be all green. You can mix up, bring some colors from the flower onto the leaves also. But I think it's getting a bit too yellowish and I will be needing to bring some more green here. I'm taking some of the mixed chemicals onto the green container. Then I'll be adding pigment color to it, green pigment from this bottle. Give it a nice shake before adding to your chemicals and take just a little bit of it because it's a really intense pigment and a small bit of it will be enough. Then again shake it nicely. It's really important because it has to be mixed with the chemicals. This is called binder and this is the number one most important thing on your mixed paints, because without it your paint won't be lasting on the cloth. It will go away if you put water, and to make the paint waterproof you have to mix binder and a generous amount of it. I've also mixed binder on the mixed chemical with water I have showed you, but I just have a feeling that I need some more here. Now we have a nice intense green. For our leaves, try to create dimensions when you paint, and that will give a more realistic look to your paintings. Just try to achieve the shapes of the things you are painting with each brush strokes and mix the paints really well. So we are trying to create a leafy shape here, the kind of textures we see on leaves. We will do the detailed works later, like the lines on the leaves, but to create dimension you have to be trying even before we get to the detailed works. Of course, it takes practice to get better at creating dimensions, and that is a must because otherwise your paintings won't look realistic enough. That is, of course, if you want to make them realistic in the first place. I think we've achieved a nice leafy shape now. Just add the final strokes of paints where you need. Keep painting until you're totally satisfied with your forms or shapes. You have to be patient and you don't need to rush it. I think now we can go for another leaf and we will do the detailed work later. If you are totally new to drawing and painting, then you have to do some practice on paper with pencil and watercolors before starting to paint on clothes. It's really important, because even if you learn really well to mix your paints and chemicals, your work won't be looking really great on clothes. But you don't have to be hopeless. Just practice and you will get better by time. Our second leaf is almost done. Just putting on the final strokes. It's a little bit lighter than the previous one, and you should create these kinds of variations on your painting, otherwise it will look flat. Adding some more yellow, light green, yellowish. I think this leaf has a nice dimension and shape now. So we can move on to our next level. Taking a small brush for more detailed works, let's just connect our leaves with the flower and try to create all of the lines that this leaf has on it. Just taking some more yellow and drawing the line on the middle and carefully adding the other lines. Make sure that the lines don't appear too flat on the leaves. That won't be realistic. I think the leaf is starting to achieve a nice face. So going back to our first leaf here and do the same things that we have done on the second one with our small brush. I almost forgot to talk about these flowers that I'm painting today, and it is a really popular flower on our country, Bangladesh. It is called kodom, and the English name for the tree is barflower. The scientific name is Anthocephalus indicus. We will do the detailed work on the flower that is looking like ball right now, and for that we will be needing white paint and a really small brush. I'm taking a rigger brush for it. First we need to check if we have the right consistency of paint. If it's too dry, then we are going to mix these chemicals using the lid of the white container here and mix the paint really well with the mixed chemicals. Make sure to make it really smooth, otherwise it won't be easy for you to run your brush easily on the cloth where you are painting. Now take a small amount of paint on your small brush and get back to the flower. These flowers have fur-like things that are white on them. They're really cute flowers. They are like little fur balls. So we need to paint little white lines all over the flower, and I've started to do the lines from the edges. Hold your brush loosely like this. Don't hold your brush like a pen. That won't be good for your painting. that will be more difficult. So this is the right way to hold our brush. You really have to take your time for this part, and please don't hurry up, because you can mess up your entire painting for hurrying up on this part. Just take your time, relaxedly paint all the little lines all over the edges of the flower. This is of course something that gets better with practice. The more you will practice, the more you will get better. Refill your brush with white paint whenever it is needed and get back to drawing lines. Don't worry if all of the lines don't look similar or the same. There can be variations. After covering the round edge of the flower, we are starting to paint again from the middle, a little bit upper from the middle. We will create a circle of lines like this, and then create more lines around the circle, and this is how we are going to cover the whole flower. Don't worry if you make a mistake like this, because there is a solution. Just take some yellow paints and smudge it. Blend the paints with your flower really well. Then again start painting lines over your smudge paints. So our tutorial today is nearly finished, and thank you all of you for being with us on Shuta's Universe and watching the whole video. If you like this tutorial, then please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed till now, then please hit the subscribe button. I hope to see you all on my next video. Please stay tuned to Shuta's Universe. And I really hope that this video is useful for you. You can check out my Facebook page for these fabric paintings, and that is called Jol Pipi. We'll try to add the link on the description. So this is our final look. I really hope you like it.